Hello. Hi, hi. Hello, hello, hello. Um, Hi, Aline. Welcome in. How are you doing? Hi, Booney. Welcome in. Congrats on getting first and you tried. Hi, Katie. Just join in whenever you want to, by the way. Feel free to unmute yourself or whatever. Hi, Booney. Welcome in. Thank you for the host. Thank you for the host, Katie. Thank you for the host, Ollie. Hi, Ollie. Welcome in. How are you doing? How's the rest of your stream? Hi, Kate. Welcome in. How are you doing? Hi, Melski. Hi, Lauren. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's Saturday going? Is the music too loud, by the way? I can't tell. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Trying to get over the Batman, but I don't think I can. I'm really excited to go see that at some point. Maybe I'll actually go to the cinema. I haven't gone to the cinema in so long. But yeah, so today we are going to be discussing You've Reached Sam for our first ever book club discussion, which is very exciting. I can't believe I managed to get my hands on a physical copy. If you're not in our book club Discord, it's been an absolute, nightmare for people in the UK and even people in America trying to get a copy of this because, they've just not been keeping up with the printing, I guess, with, all the printing press problems they're having at the moment with, lack of paper and stuff. I guess this just hasn't been, something that they've focused on making sure that they got kept in stock. So, getting my hands on a copy was so hard. No worries, Katie. I wasn't sure if I was going to go see it, but now that you and Amy have said you... Oh, yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same, Kate. I was kind of interested in it, and then, yeah, I was, kind of interested in it because Robert Pattinson, and it was filmed in Glasgow. But now I'm, seeing people saying they liked it. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll go see it. Why are my glasses still in my head? It's been in pain. I placed pickup orders for 2 different places, and they cancelled it on both times. Oh, my God. I know. I was, on Blackwell's making sure that it had, my email. I'll put it there. Back to the Radiator books. Making sure it had my, the notification when they got more in stock, and as soon as I got the email I was like, oh my God, panic. When is he again? Ooh, okay. Hardback is stunning. It is. Look. Right, so this is what it looks like normally, and then look, it's so beautiful. It's just the sakura is so nice. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I got a physical copy because I want to have physical copies of all the books we read for book club because it's nice memories, you know. And I am also a collector. But yeah, how's everybody's Saturday? I've done nothing today. I got out of bed at 12 went back to bed. No. Got out of bed at like 11:30, went back to bed at 12:30, went for a nap. I woke up, I did nothing and sat on the couch for ages. I hope everyone's had a more productive day than me. Or if your day's just starting, I hope you have a more productive day planned. What a nightmare I am. I also have my physical copy of our next read, which is Ace of Spades by Farida Ibike Imide, which is exciting. This is like the special Illumicrate edition. You cannot get this book in hardback in the UK apart from in this. So, yeah. That's the very definition of a chilled day. Yeah. Hi, Sad. Welcome in. What light color would you like? How are you doing? How's your day going? When are we starting Ace of Spades? So we've started... You want white? Oh, God. So Ace of Spades is like our March book, so you're free to start at any time. Now, let me... I don't like this. How are you? I'm good, Assad. How are you? I've not had any potato mochi. I won't have this on for long. I don't like this. White. I hate this. But yeah. Has everyone read the book? We will be talking a lot of spoilers, I think. But we'll try not to talk about spoilers too much in the first few minutes or whatever, in case anyone needs to leave or just wants to talk about hear our opinions before we really properly get into it. It looks like nice and bright though. Don't like it. It's not nice vibes. I'll put it back now. Why does that not? Hang on. Can we go back to default? Thank you. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna mute now. Okay, Katie. Hello.
Hello.
Can everyone hear Katie okay? Or Katie. Katie.
Hi, everybody.
A tad louder, okay. Is the music too loud as well? Please do let me know, everyone. There we go. Okay, hopefully that's better. But yeah, so what were your thoughts?
It was emotional, especially the end. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
What did you rate it? How many stars did you give it again?
I give it 4. How about you?
Yeah, I feel like 4 or 3.5. I think I just wanted more, but it's a pretty short read.
I feel the same. Like, I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like it could have been more emotional in a weird way. But, yeah. I think 4 is always my kind of go-to rating if I don't have any complaints, but, it didn't get me, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. There was definitely emotional parts, but I didn't cry or anything, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I felt the emotions in my heart, but it didn't get to me to the point that I got emotional. And maybe it's just because we didn't have a lot of time with the character. With the characters. So.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Kate says she gave it 4 as well, and she expected to cry but didn't. Yeah. Yeah. I cried a couple times, but it's more a personal thing than the actual book, I think, because there was a moment in it where they're talking about listening to the song Fields of Gold by Eva Cassidy, and that's got a really personal meaning for me, so that made me start crying.
Oh. No, yeah, the music references are really nice.
I love the music references in it. It takes a lot for me to cry at a book though. Yeah, Kate, you've said that before in the past. I can cry quite easily sometimes, but yeah, this one, it was more kind of just the overall sad feel.
Yeah, it was pretty consistent throughout the entire book. Yeah.
Just like melancholy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but I think that it dealt with grief in a pretty good way.
I agree. I felt like the discussions around grief and like how a person grieves were really important.
Yeah, and it was different for each character because like Oliver, like Julie, James, like they all grieved in completely different ways.
And the cousin, I've forgotten her name.
Oh, Mika? I think it's Mika.
Yeah, Mika. Yeah. She grieved a different way as well, and it just, I don't know. I think it's really important because so many, like, there's just so much like just people think that you have to grieve in a certain way, and that can be really damaging for people, and that means they don't like learn to grieve, if you know, like they don't go through their process of grieving properly.
Yeah.
Because like for me.
Oh, go ahead.
For me, I have. I suppose I can go into this. It's okay. I lost two sisters when I was younger. And I put on a front. I didn't realize this until I spoke to my therapist. I put on a front when I was younger to like be strong for my parents, and I didn't grieve properly. And I think had I read something that kind of showed you the different ways of grieving, that could have really helped me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, that completely makes sense. Because I think that there's always like one definition of what grieving should be, and it's like, oh, you should be really emotional and crying and all of this, but like we all deal with it in different ways, especially if it's like a family member or someone you're really close to.
I agree. Kate says, I thought the progression of the grief was narrated well, as we could really see how Julie began to heal by the end of the story. Yes. I agree.
Yeah. Me and Kirsty were talking about this like a little bit before we like actually started, but a lot of people in the reviews are hating on Julie, like they don't like her character. My God. And I don't know, it just like like we were talking about it, and it's kind of frustrating because she obviously had like a very personal way of dealing with her grief.
Yeah, because like she's literally just lost her boyfriend, and also like her plans for her future. She's not only grieving her boyfriend, she's grieving the future she thought she was going to have. Like her whole world is like falling out from underneath her.
Yeah, like everything is like, yeah.
Of course she's gonna be unlikable. She's literally like mourning. Yeah. You want her to be likable in that moment?
Yeah, I know, that's true. That's true. I know everyone, I feel like that's the thing, is because she's not like, I guess, your typical main character who's supposed to be very likable and bubbly and like all that type of stuff, but also she just lost her boyfriend.
I know.
So like you can't expect her to just like be completely out there. And I kind of like how by the end of the novel, like we kind of start to see like her real personality come out almost. Like when she goes like to visit her dad and she goes to Seattle, like you can tell that she's like slowly starting to get back to her normal self. But I also like that like she still has the remnants of grief. Like it doesn't ever fully go away.
Yeah. I agree. Kate said, that's the worst criticism I've ever heard of a character that's grieving. She's unlikable. She's just unlikable. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, I like that as well, because I felt like she went through her grief in like a very natural way. Like I felt like a lot of people around her were trying to force her to move on when she wasn't ready. Yeah. And I think that caused a lot of frustration for her. But I'm glad that she didn't force herself to do stuff that she didn't want to do.
Yeah. I really liked how, so, you know, because like her connection with Sam is through the phone calls and everything. But I really liked how when she actually started like opening up to people, like when she goes to Mika and shows Mika the phone calls, like their connection gets, like her and Sam's connection fades a little bit. And so I don't know, I liked that idea, like the symbolism of it, almost like now that she's able to open up more in other relationships, she's able to like process her grief more, and she's becoming like she's leaning more on like other relationships in her life.
Mm-hmm. Like she's losing her connection with Sam, but she's gaining her connection with Mika.
Right. Yeah.
And it kind of every time it chips away.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel about the phone calls?
Yeah. You know, when we first decided to pick this, I didn't expect for the phone calls to be like actual phone calls with Sam.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought they were gonna be like her like re-listening to like old voicemails or like you know, like I don't know, old recorded phone calls or something like that. So
yeah, I thought it was gonna be like I don't know if you've ever read Landline by Rainbow Rowell. But that's a similar concept, except it's like a breakup of a marriage and she's calling her husband from like 20 years ago or something like that. So I thought it was going to be something like that where she's speaking to him from the past instead of him being like in a kind of spectral plane or whatever the heck he was.
Right. Yeah, it felt weird because it was like, I don't know, it didn't feel as much of like a reflection of the past or anything like that. Like it felt like there was almost like a magical element.
Yeah.
It felt kind of awkward almost sometimes, I think.
Yeah, I feel like there was a bit plot hole-y kind of vibes for it because it was like it wasn't really overly explained, and like that's fine because that's kind of what fabulism is. You don't like have that explanation, but it was kind of just like weird that they were just on the phone with each other with no understanding of why.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good book as a standalone and like as it is, because there are, I think, a lot of questions that you could answer, but I think like the message gets through with what we get. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that like, I don't know. I guess there isn't really like a need for an explanation for those things, but I was still curious.
Yeah, same. By the way, if anyone in chat has any questions or thoughts or whatever, feel free to drop them. I'd love to discuss stuff. The more she connected with those around her, the less she was able to connect with Sam. But that made sense because the more she clung to Sam, the less she could heal. So when she begun to see friends again, she was getting back to her life, if that makes sense. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, totally. I think so too.
Yeah. And like, oh my god, Oliver. I love Oliver so much.
I really love Oliver.
I think he's my favorite.
I think so too. I think he's my favorite character.
Yeah, because like he was so important for her, I think, and like the fact that like they both had someone they could talk to who felt the same feelings about Sam.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same as like the grief you feel losing a partner is not going to be the same as the grief that like a parent or a sibling feels. And it's just, I don't know, I felt like that them finding that bond with each other was just so important.
Yeah. And I think it was also because like when they were at the grave and it was Oliver's first time, like I feel like it was his first time admitting to someone like he like loved Sam, you know?
Yeah.
Like it was like his first time actually getting that out in the world, and he like needed to tell someone. And so like I don't know, I really liked that plot point because I feel like it brought them a lot closer. I also loved the scene when they go and see the musical together.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was really sweet.
I just loved them together. Like, even the first scene where Oliver's just like yelling at her down a corridor and is just like, please just talk to me. Because he's so alone, because he didn't have the grief that she could feel because he wasn't in a relationship with Sam, so he felt like he couldn't grieve the same way.
Yeah. Like he just needed, oh gosh, I love him so much.
I'm getting more emotional now thinking about Oliver than I am when I read the book, because I just love Oliver.
I know, he's so great, and honestly, I love that he like becomes closer with the Julie's friend group, and like his relationship with what's his name? He's the transfer student from Taiwan. Like how they slowly starting a relationship.
His name. Yeah, I know what you mean.
His name.
Yeah, I know who you mean though.
Yeah, I love that though too. I love that like we also got to see him move on, and then we got to see
Mm-hmm.
Mika move on too, because I think she also got accepted to her schools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. God, I like, can you imagine losing your partner and then like getting rejected from the school you were gonna go to?
Oh my god, I was like, this girl needs a break.
Give her a break, good lord.
Yeah.
Oh man, it would have been horrendous to go through that, I think.
Yeah. What did you think about Tristan and like the film festival?
I don't know. I feel that bit kind of made me feel a bit weird because it was almost like she was forcing herself into going because Sam was telling her to go. But it's like, he is a disembodied voice on a phone. I feel like you shouldn't be forcing yourself into doing that. Like, it was good that she kind of went out of her comfort zone, but it was just, I don't know, it was a bit odd.
And it felt, I don't know, yeah, I agree. Like, it felt very out of place to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought that there was going to be more of a purpose of it, and, like, we had that scene where she runs into that guy from the band that the documentary is about.
Oh, that was weird as well.
That was strange, right? Because I thought that there was going to be, like, I don't know, like, they're going to publish one of Sam's songs, or like, something big's going to come out of it, but Sam just got angry at her for it.
Mm-hmm. Like,
and
what
I was like, this is awkward.
It was, yeah, it kind of felt like, what was the point in all this?
Right, it just felt like, it felt out of place to me.
And, like, the way it was left with with the guy from the record label, he was like, oh, I really like this, but it was like, well, what was the point? Is this going to go further? What, like, is he going to publish Sam's songs posthumously? Like...
Right? Like, I expected there to be something else. Like, it just felt out of place to me. I thought that there was going to be... Because I think she gets an email back from him, and he's like, oh, I really like the songs, I forward them to other band members. But, like, what else? You know? Just, like, I don't see the purpose of it if nothing really came from it.
Like, I understand its place in the novel because of her, like, wanting him to be known, I think, because she wanted people to know who he was. But, like, I don't know, though... I think he, like, actually, I feel like I understand the place of the conversation she has with him at the festival, but then the further email kind of felt a bit weird. That I feel like that could have been left out.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, where is that going?
Right. Yeah, it felt, like the entire thing felt odd to me. Mm-hmm. But, like, I also liked seeing her with Tristan. Like, I think that was, like, a good touch. I liked his character a lot, too, I think. I wish we had gotten more of him.
Same. I really liked his character. And I liked, like, what he was doing at the bookshop.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel like there's a lot of bookshops that have that problem where they don't want to go online, or they don't know how to go online. And I just liked seeing a character doing that kind of stuff, trying to boost up the place they're working.
Like, he really tried to take the reins of it. I really liked that a lot. He also I think they said that he was like redesigning like things in the bookstore. Like he was really trying to make it look nice.
Yeah. And I also liked that he was really understanding. Like, he had like noticeable disappointment when she was like going back and forth and whether she was gonna go, but he was just like, yeah, that's fine, that's chill. Like, he wasn't pushy.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. He was very like respectful. I feel like he was very respectful of Julie like throughout the whole novel.
Yes. Which I think was
I was just like the one person who wasn't pushy towards her, really.
Yeah. He's like the kind of opposite of what everyone else was, because so many people were just placing all their expectations of her grief on her.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And like, I think a big turning point in the book is when Mika stands up for her at school when everyone's like saying that she's the reason he died. God, that scene really got to me because I was really pissed off at how everyone was treating her.
Yeah, no, I was so mad. I wrote down in like my notes of like, what did everyone think of Taylor and Liam? And I was like, why the fuck? why was Sam friends with these people? They're awful. They're so mean.
Like, the fact they were being like, well, he left because of you. It's like, he's a human who can make his own decisions.
Yeah, I was like, who would say that to someone? Like, with any amount of empathy at all, who would say that to anybody? They made me so
Literally.
angry.
It was just bizarre.
Yeah. And to me, it feels very out of place because, like, obviously, like, Sam and Oliver, I can get that friendship because they're, like, I don't know, they have the same kind of energy to me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they're very, like, fun-loving and, like, very caring. But Liam and Taylor just seem like mean people.
Mm. I feel like, though, that's very, like, common for teenagers, is to make friends with people that, like, they kind of made friends with in the first few days of being at school, and then just
Oh,
carrying
yeah.
them through. And then with that,
That is
and, like, you
true.
don't see their faults so much because you've been friends with them so long.
Yeah, and that's true because they're in a small town, so they kind of just grew up with each other. They're
Mm-hmm.
just used to being friends with each other, and that is true.
Yeah, because I had that a lot. I mean, like, I didn't have anyone. I don't think any of my friends were overly toxic. I had one friend who, like, would only be friends with us when she didn't have a boyfriend. But, like, other than that, we didn't have people who were, like, really nasty. But even then, it was, like,
Yeah.
people that I was just friends with because I was friends with them for a period of time. And
Yeah, you
we
were
just
just
stuck
used to
by each
having
other.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
No,
like,
I get that
I
too.
don't talk to any of them anymore now I'm an adult. Because I'm away from there. I'm not, like, forced in that situation. And I think that's
Yeah.
potentially what happened with Sam.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree,
no,
Kate.
you're right.
Yeah. Kate says she was surprised at how much the friends tried to blame Julie. I'm the same.
Yeah, no, I was also very surprised by that.
But I think that's also, to be honest, another way of showing different kinds of grief.
Yeah,
Because,
they're angry more than anything.
they're angry and trying to put a blame on something, and she's, like, the easy target because they're like, well, he was fine until he left us. So it's all her
Yeah,
fault.
and I think that one time when they did, like, when they were fighting in the hallway, and Julie says like, "Oh, well, you're as much to blame as me because like we're not the person who killed Sam. There was some like the trucker was the person who killed Sam."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they were like, I think that in that moment, like, when Julie tries to like put the blame on Taylor, like I think that kind of incites like maybe what Taylor had been feeling. Like I'm sure Taylor was also feeling some grief,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Because
and also
I mean,
like some
yeah.
guilt.
Yeah, we don't know a lot about Taylor, so it's like we don't like maybe she liked Sam as well, and we just don't know, or maybe she's just really upset because he was, like, a really close friend to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
No, and I don't know. I thought it was interesting and um I think that because I think at the beginning of the novel, like it almost seems like Taylor's really interested in Sam, right?
mhm, mhm,
So I could see her like also holding on to some of those feelings
mhm.
and probably also some of the guilt of feeling like she had something to do with like trying to sit like I don't know, put almost distance between Julie and Sam.
Yep, yep. How did you feel about the layout of the novel in terms of, like, did you like that it was, like, little vignettes throughout, or would you have preferred, like, seeing half of their relationship before and then the half after?
Hmm. I I don't know. I almost like I want more from the novel, but that's just because I'm curious. Like I feel like it would have been more of an emotional impact on me personally if I had like if it had been split up more.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like for the purpose of the novel to like show the grief and like their story, I think that like the setup really works
Mm-hmm.
because I guess that's how grief is, you know, like it comes to you in waves.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's almost like she's remembering things as she's grieving, and so I think that it works really well.
I agree. I saw some criticism from people saying that, like, oh, I don't know what's going on in my background. Anyway, I saw some people saying that, like, they didn't see any chemistry in their relationship, and, like, I was just kind of like, I can understand that, but because you don't see a lot of their relationship when he's not dead.
Right.
But it's not a book about their romance. It's a book about grief.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like I don't feel like we like need to see their oh sorry my cat's moving things. So like we need to see we need to see their romance because you're right, like it's not about their romance, it's about
Mm-hmm.
like their grief. Like it's to me it's like obvious that they loved each other.
Yeah. Like, I feel like you don't need to have the chemistry there because, like, I don't know. Like, we're told that she's lost her boyfriend, so obviously they had chemistry. They were together. Why do we need to, like, she's on the phone to him when, like, he's dead. So it's not like she's gonna be like, oh, I love you so much. You know?
Yeah,
it's not the same as, like, when someone's in a relationship with someone alive.
Right, because she's not, like, she's talking to her dead boyfriend, like,
yeah.
There's, you know, I mean, like, she doesn't have that same connection, and, like, that's obviously what she's trying to hang on to, which I think eventually is why she has to let go, is because she can't, like, hold on to him because he's not there anymore.
How were the calls laid out in the physical book? I listened to the audiobooks. I wonder if they were written out like phone calls. No, they were just written out like conversations. Yeah. No like fancy phone call thing or anything. What else did I write down for questioning?
I know too.
Oh, the love of music. Have you listened to any of the songs that are mentioned?
I don't think I listened to any of the songs. I mean, I'm sure I've listened to maybe like some of the radio songs that were mentioned, but I didn't like go out of my way to listen to them. But you said that you had a really close connection to one of the songs, right?
Yeah, Fields of Gold by Eva Cassidy. Specifically Eva Cassidy. Like her cover of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and also Songbird. Like, I love all of her like that stuff is so nice. It's just like bluesy, just really chill songs. Hi Nikki, welcome in. How are you doing? Let us know your thoughts of the book.
Hi, Nikki.
We're midway through. I think, did they mention a Fleetwood Mac song at one point, I think?
They did.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was like, oh my god, all this music is stuff I know and I love it. But also, I went and listened to a couple of songs whilst I was reading, like, when they were mentioned, and I was just like, oh. Like, I feel like it, like, added to my enjoyment a bit as well, because it, like, I felt like I was in that moment with them.
Right. There is one song, I think that is the Fields of Gold song that I think I want to go back and kind of, and go back and listen to, because when they were in, like, the actual field, like, Sam takes her to the actual field, and, like, that song, like, they write the lyrics of that song, like, the entire atmosphere, I was like, this is so nice. Like, I kind of just want to, like, you could feel the, like, I don't know, it felt very calming, but it also felt like there was, like, a lot of nostalgia there, like, you know, it was just such a nice moment in the novel.
That's how that song feels honestly, like, calming and nostalgic. So I'd really recommend listening to it, because I just love it.
Yeah, I think I need to go back and listen to it, because the entire scene was probably one of my favorite scenes. I also really love the lantern scene when they all go back to the field and, like, the lanterns.
Yes, because I feel like that's another kind of what's that, like, I guess, metaphor of her moving on. Yeah. Like, she was there with just him, and then she's there with his friends as she's losing, or her friends, as she's losing the connection. Yeah.
And, when she, because, Yuki said that, oh, you know, you whisper into the lantern to, like, send them a message, or, like, help them move on, and when she tried to do that and say, like, hang on a little bit longer, Sam, and the lantern just, like, doesn't move. I was just like, oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. I'm just laughing. Both Kate and Nikki are in my chat saying, I love the lantern scene, but not the lanterns. They're ruining the environment. Yeah. I agree with that, though. Yeah. Don't ever light paper. Don't light paper lanterns, pals. They're bad for the planet.
The whole time I was thinking, oh my god, they're in the middle of a forest.
I know, like, they're gonna set the fields on fire.
Yeah, like, guys are in the middle of a field.
And she's like, and, like, when it was like her balloon didn't lift or something, I was like, oh no.
And she was, like, running through the forest trying to chase this. I was like, oh my god.
Like, oh shit, it's all gonna go on fire. She's gonna end up in the hospital.
Yeah. I was like, is this gonna be the end of the novel? Did they both die? This It's gonna be so sad.
She just meets him in this weird plane that he's in. This is the new gender reveal starts a forest fire? Yeah. Grief ceremony starts a forest fire.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been a twist, Nikki, you're right. That would have definitely been a twist.
It would have been. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that we're all thinking that, though. I
know. Our collective thought process of, oh god, paper lanterns.
Yeah. Stressful.
Is there anything... Do you have any, like, recommendations for something similar to this?
Man, I'm trying to think. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, but go ahead if you have any.
Mine is Kimi no Nawa.
Oh, okay.
Your Name. The Japanese movie. I feel like, I don't know, the process of, like, grief and grieving and, like, having the phone call stuff really reminded me of that.
Okay, I've never seen it before, but I have heard that,
it's
like,
really
that's
good.
Like a big
it's really good, yeah.
The one I was gonna recommend was another book, called The Astonishing Color of After.
That's one of my favorite books of all time. I love
it. It gives you similar vibes.
Book. Yes, I love that book.
Yeah. I was like, what is the book that reminds me of that? But it also deals with grief in a really good way.
Yes.
And it kind of has that, like, that almost, like, mystical vibe. I would definitely say it has it more in The Astonishing Color of After, but it has a similar feel for sure. It is a really good book, though.
Yeah. So in The Astonishing Color of After, she loses her mother and then goes to Taiwan to reconnect with her grandparents, right? I read it a really long time ago.
Yeah, no, that's what happens. It's been a while for me too.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite books. I love that book so much. Good. She's got a new one coming out next month.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm about to go and put this on my list.
I think I have it actually.
Oh, really?
Do I have an arc? I think I have an arc. I think I do actually. I've not been keeping up with what books I've been getting lately. It's really bad.
What is the name of the one that's going to be coming out?
Arrow to the Moon.
Ooh.
Yes, I do have it. I do have it. I just suddenly remembered it's on my shelf. Yes.
This cover is pretty.
I think it's like a retelling. I think.
Okay. Ooh, I'm definitely going to read this. It seems good.
Nikki says Summerbird Blue is another good one for like grief discussion. I really like Summerbird Blue. Yeah, it's Romeo meets Juliet meets Chinese mythology.
Oh, that sounds so good.
It does.
I love that.
But yeah, I loved Summerbird Blue, which is by Akemi Don Bowman. It's about like the loss of a sister. That one really hits me because, like I mentioned earlier, I lost my sister, and like there's certain moments in it where I was like, oh, that's too close to home.
Oh,
like I think I sobbed for the first like 100 pages, like just really crying my eyes out. But also has really good discussions of like figuring out being on the ACE spectrum. So I like that one.
I might have to read that one. That sounds really good.
It's really good. Kate says, I feel like if she died from that and met him, I would have ended up giving the book 5 stars for the absolute 180-degree twist. Like, you think it's like a grief book, and then you're like, oh, she's dead! You cried at Summerbird. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a big crying book. I think because like
read it.
Yeah, I think it sets up the grief aspect really well.
We love a good grief book.
We do. We do.
I really do though. And I feel like it's always good when a book deals with it really well. Like I think this does a good job of doing it. And I think that if it was like if you wanted a book about grief, but you wanted something that was like really easy to read, this would be the perfect book for that.
I agree. Because it's really short as well. Like, it doesn't feel... I feel like whilst it's really sad, it doesn't feel like overwhelming sad. which I liked.
Yeah. Because it goes by so quick. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it, like, even though it's, like, a long time of her processing her grief, I think that, like, the entire storyline goes by really fast.
Mm-hmm. Especially she's a bit disconnected from the start. Yeah, Nikki. That's another thing I noted was, like, she was so disconnected that she just was throwing everything out. And I felt that made me so sad because, like, when I read that bit, like, right at the start, I knew she was going to regret that so soon. And it made me really sad because I was like, you've just lost all of that. But I also understood in that moment why she was doing it. Because I was like, she just wants to get rid of it because she just doesn't want to even think about him. I wish,
it was
like,
so sad.
I wish, like, her mum had stepped in and gone, like, no, don't do that. I'll put it in the attic.
Yeah, I was half expecting for her to come back and her mom would have taken, like, the stuff back and, like, put it somewhere and not have told her.
Mm-hmm. But the fact it was gone as well, I think really, I don't know. I actually, like, as much as I hated that she lost it, I was glad that, like, it was actually gone in a way because it kind of gave her a kick up the arse to realise, oh, wait, I am actually in really bad grief right now.
Yeah, and I think that's what led her to like, she was running through the forest and that's when she called Sam, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's, like, what was kind of, like, her catalyst.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the scene where she finds a little brother? Oh, that was sad.
That was very sad. I think that Mika and James both said, like, oh, we feel like we've been so distant from you. Like, when we lost Sam, it's almost like we lost you too. And when they said that, I was like, oh my god, that's so sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The little brother. I feel like little kids are kind of forgotten a lot in situations like this. Because it's like, well, they've not been long in this world. They don't have the same connection that us adults do. But it's like, actually, kids kind of feel things so much harder.
Yeah, that's true. They feel things so much more raw.
Yeah, and like, because I went through that myself. I was just like, oh my god, this poor kid. Like, he's just lost his rock, his older brother.
Yeah.
And now he's got to, like, live his life, not knowing what it would be like to grow up with that brother.
And it was so sad when he was like, oh, Sam hates me because he told me that he hated me before he died. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was really happy when Julie let him talk to Sam because I feel like if there was any one person that I would really want to talk to Sam besides Julie, it would have been James.
Yes. Daisy's just come in and said, I literally just finished the book 10 seconds ago. I'm broken. Oh god. Hi. Oh yeah. The last part is just so sad.
The last part is so sad, but it's so good. I really liked how he left the voicemail.
Yes. And, like, the fact that she could go and listen to that over and over.
Yeah, and how she was basically just saying, like, oh, like, Sam didn't want me to forget him, but I never forgot him, and I always went back and I played that voicemail over, like, whenever I thought about him, whenever I needed him, and I was like, oh, I love that.
Yeah, I think stuff like that is just so important, and, like, I wish I had that for, like, my relatives that I've lost as well, because I don't know, just, like, your memories just make you lose so much of a person. Like, you can remember how you felt being with them and being, like, in their presence and how they made you feel, but, like, you'll forget, like, what they sounded like.
Right.
And I wish you could, like, I don't know, I think I'm always gonna make sure, like, I leave lasting things for people to listen to. No.
I know. Now that I feel that way too, because I'm like, how special is that? Because, like, Julie's situation is obviously, like, incredibly unique. Like, that doesn't happen to anybody else. Like, how special is it to have that something you can hang on to for the rest of your life?
However, they're all talking about Oliver and Julie again. Oh, Oliver.
Oh, we love Oliver.
We do love Oliver. We stan Oliver. Best boy.
Yes. I loved when they what did he do? He started singing, I think, Singing in the Rain. And I was like, I love him so much.
I hope that, like, the characters in their future outside of the book, that they are still friends.
Yeah.
Because I think they were just so important for each other.
Yeah. I think, like, if there was going to be, like, a continuation of the book, I would love to see, like, Oliver's story of maybe, like, trying to start a new relationship while still grieving the loss of, like,
what he never
his
had.
Unrequited love, from Sam. I think that would be really good.
Yes. Because that's also just, like, incredibly tough. Is, like, Julie at least, like, had the connection with him and had the romance with him and got her time with him, whereas Oliver never did.
Right.
Not that he would have, but he, like, couldn't even explore it because he didn't tell anyone. Right.
Like, it was like he only ever told anyone until after Sam's death. So I would love to, like, I don't know. I just want to see. I would love him to be able to, like, have that expression and then be able to also navigate how he's going to deal with, like, his unrequited feelings and the grief while, like, also exploring feelings of love for somebody else.
At the end, when it talks about how she's at college, it does say she's still friends with Oliver and Mika. Yeah. And I hope that, like, continues.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really important to be able to touch base with people who remember someone that you also remember. Because sometimes you can, like, when you have grief and stuff, you can almost gaslight yourself sometimes. Because you're like, were my feelings about this person, was this person just as good as I remember?
Yeah. You invalidate your feelings a lot because you're like, oh, I'm feeling too much, I'm feeling too little, or, like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, you don't take your feelings for what they are.
I know Dustin Thao has a new book coming out at the end of the year called When Haru Was There, but I don't know what it's about. I was just wondering if maybe it was about, like, anyone in this book. Because you know how, like, some contemporary writers like to have, like, paired stuff? I was wondering if maybe it's like that, but I don't know. I can't find any, like, descriptions. It's just been announced.
Has he written anything else besides?
No, this was his debut.
Ooh, this is a really good debut novel.
Yeah, I agree. I've read some really good debuts, but I feel like this one was really good. Like, it wasn't too good where you feel like everything after it is going to be really hard to beat, if you know what I mean. Because I find that a lot with, like, some authors where, like, they've done such a good job with their debut that they really struggle with the follow-up books. Oh my god!
Yeah, I could see that.
God! I didn't know. No wonder it's been hard getting a copy of this book. It's been on the New York Times bestsellers for 10 weeks.
Really? See, I went to Barnes & Noble. I had checked the morning of.
Oh my
I was
god.
like, we have 12 copies in. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to go pick one up. I got there, and the lady was like, they're all gone. And I was like,
oh my god. What the fuck?
It was like, are there just a lot of people in our book club that we don't know about?
Our book club caused them to lose all the copies.
Yeah, I was like, why are all the copies gone?
That's so funny. I think it's mostly, I don't know, I think it's the cover. The cover is just so stunning.
I love the cover.
That I think a lot of people just were like, I need to get it. Because for me as well, like, I know, like, everyone says, oh, don't judge a book by a cover. I absolutely do judge a book by its cover.
Oh, 100%. I love a pretty book.
Like,
I love when a book
you're gonna tell me that this does not make you want to read the book. Like, this cover doesn't make you go, oh, I want to read that right now.
It's so nice. And
it
also
is.
the
Here's
the
the
naked
art.
cover. Oh my god.
Oh,
so pretty.
the Sakura is just so nice on it.
It's so pretty.
Zipsy. I like have a lot of, like, favorite artists for book covers these days. There's a romance one, like, one that does all the romance covers, and she's so good. Her name's Lenny Kaufman, and every time I see a cover that she does, I'm like, well, I'm buying that book now. No idea what it's about, but it's a Lenny Kaufman cover, so
yeah, I'll 100% do that. I'm like, I trust this artist. They're like, this cover is promising. I'm gonna read it.
I'd love to have a physical copy. I got it on my Kindle. Yeah, I think it's been really hard to get a hold of, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of websites do like notification stuff where if you like sign up for your email, put your email in, they'll like send you a note when they have more stock. Because that's what happened with mine. I ordered from Blackwell's, and like half an hour later, all the copies were gone. It was crazy.
Gosh, see? This book is, I didn't know it was on the New York Times bestseller.
I didn't either.
2 weeks.
I didn't either.
That's wild.
I just thought it was like popular within my circle of book friends.
Right?
Because like
That's what I always think too.
Yeah, from book blogging, I know like so many people, and like they all go out their way to read diverse books and stuff. So I thought it was just popular in that group. I didn't realize it was on the New York Times bestseller. Oh my god.
This makes so much more sense.
It does.
We're all in the Discord like, why can't we get a hang of this book?
I know. I felt so bad. I was like, oh god. Oh, I was thinking, by the way, we'll probably keep the poll open for like another week, I think, for the April book.
Yes.
I think, yeah. So if anyone hasn't got their votes in yet, please make sure you do so. We are picking between The Kindred by Alekia Thao and Icebreaker by A.L. Grazia Day. I think that's how you pronounce that.
I'm excited for both of those. I think it's tied right now.
Yeah, it is. Please, someone break the tie.
I know. They both seem really good.
I really want to read both of them, so like I'm happy either way. But I'm quite interested by Icebreaker because I hadn't heard of it until like really recently, and I found out they're making a movie of it already or something.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems so good.
Yeah.
No, I love a coming of age. YA.
Coming of age YA just like hits.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, gay sports romance YA.
Exactly. Yeah. It's ice hockey as well, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, we love ice hockey.
We do. It reminds me of
Check, please.
Maybe that's why I was like, I want to read this one.
Yeah. And yeah, we've got Ace of Spades next, which is very exciting. This one should hopefully be a bit easier to get a hold of.
Yeah, I've seen it every time I've been to the bookstore so far, so fingers crossed that everyone can get it okay.
That's also a big New York Times bestseller.
Yeah, I think it's been out for a while though, right?
Yeah, it came out, I think, May last year.
Okay, so hopefully it's easier to...
And it's also published in the UK, as opposed to You've Reached Sam, which is not published in the UK.
Yeah. I feel like the UK friends are definitely struggling to get a hold of these books. So
is Ace of Spades next book or the book after? So the Ace of Spades is the book from March. So you could have started reading it 5 days ago, essentially. But you can read it whenever. But that'll be our next live show is Ace of Spades.
Yes.
So like right now, you can be reading it right now if you want to. But yeah, I'm very excited, really for this one. Yeah.
It's a thriller. It's a YA thriller. It also has takes place, I think, in like a boarding school or something like that. Which
and it's queer characters.
Oh,
it's written by a Nigerian British Black author who I have met. She's really nice. I've had a few conversations with her on Twitter. She's just lovely. She studied at Aberdeen University in Scotland at one point.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it just seems so good.
It does.
I'm excited for this next one.
It's not I don't have a crush on her, Nikki. She's just really nice.
She's just really nice and I really love her.
Yeah. She's also super tall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was quite shocked. I was like, whoa. I think she's quite young as well. I think she's like 22, 23. It's just wild. All these young people getting books and I'm like, I'm 28. What am I doing with my life? I was trying to see if I could find a description of Haru. But I'm combing his Twitter. Kirsty is just a stan. This is true. 28 is young. Yeah, but compared to these authors, it's just crazy. I can't find it. Hi Alison, welcome in. How are you doing? Okay, are you still there? Okay. I was like, I'm in silence. Yeah, we're doing book club, Alison. We were just discussing You've Reached Sam, which was our first month. And next month this current month, aka March, we're going to be reading Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Yamide. If you'd like to join in, you can head to our Discord and have a say in next month's book as well. But yeah, this is our inaugural first book club discussion.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Hello.
Oh, I had to reconnect my mic.
I was like, it's very silent. Is Katie still there?
I was talking the whole time too.
Oh
no! Okay.
What were you saying?
I don't even remember. What did I say? I don't know. I think we were talking about the author.
Oh yeah, we were talking about how young authors,
yeah.
How they're all really young.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, I can't believe that I'm reading books of authors who are younger than I am.
Mm-hmm. You know what really hit me though was, Angie Thomas, the writer of The Hate You Give, and how she released a book about the dad in The Hate You Give called Concrete Rose, and it's set in the 90s, and it is a historical. A book in the 90s is a historical.
Shouldn't be allowed.
No.
No, that's wrong.
Not a I was really not okay that day.
In the 90s, that's such a stretch. Who decided that?
Oh, I've had enough.
You're like, I need a break after this one.
Mm-hmm. I cannot find anything about this book that he's got coming out, so who knows?
Yeah, I was saying, hopefully we'll get more information.
Yeah, we've just had it in. They normally tell you like what it's about, like briefly in the Publishers Weekly notification, but I can't find it. Because I would like to read another book from him. Because I enjoyed this quite a lot.
Me too.
At what point does a book become historical, but still, no, not 90s? It is historical, unfortunately.
Let's see, I'm trying to go to his page. Nope. Yeah, it seems like it's not really being talked about.
Yeah, there's just nothing. I want to know what it's about.
I know, me too. It seems like it'd be good. I mean, I feel like after this book, I would definitely read his next book.
Historical Times is like a cheeky 2008? No! No!
Not 2008!
What do you mean? 2008 was 2 years ago! My brain stopped at 2010. I can't count since then.
It's literally just 2012, like last year.
Yeah! What are you talking about? Yeah, unfortunately I can't find anything. But yeah, I hope it's...
Yeah.
Oh wow, so this peaked at number 2 on the New York Times bestseller. That's so great.
That's so good.
I love seeing people of color doing well on the New York Times. I'm legit
That's
still
so
living in 2012. Same.
Honestly, me too.
2008 was like 30 years ago. Alison, I'm offended.
Alison. What are you saying?
Oh my god, my cat is going off. Oh.
Hope looks like I need attention.
What year is this? It's 2022, but leave me alone. That's only 14 years. Calm down.
Not the 30 years. Calm down over there.
But yeah, if anyone else has any other like recommendations, like for books dealing with grief and stuff, I would love to hear them.
Yeah, or if you have any book recommendations for like future book club picks, you could also feel free to do those in either of our channels or in the Discord.
Another thing I really liked in this book was like the Sakura stuff, like how she really wanted to go to Japan and see the Sakura, but he like found somewhere like that was similar, not the same, but similar.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if it's because of the Astonishing Color of After, but I was half expecting her to go to Japan.
Oh, I know.
Like, I was like, when is she gonna go to Japan? And I was expecting it the whole time.
Yeah. The other one, well, no, something like that, like, imagine, what am I talking about? My brain is not connecting with my mouth. If you like that kind of traveling to another country to, like, get to know family and stuff, like, in The Astonishing Color of After, I really liked, I Love You So Mochi by Sarah Kuhn. That one's really nice. And then also, what's it called? Oh, I forgot what it's called. There's like one I read that's like really similar to The Princess Diaries, but then Japanese. It's really good. I forgot what it's called though. Okay, if you're talking, I can't hear you again. Hi May, welcome in. How are you doing? Tokyo Ever After, that's right. Tokyo Ever After, I really like that. Anyway, that's beside the point. 2022 to 2008 is 14 years ago, right? That's ancient. Alison, please. Destination Anywhere by Sarah Bernard is like the opposite, traveling to find yourself. That's really good. Okay. Yeah, I really like Tokyo Ever After. That was a really good one. Oh, not this.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh my god. I don't know why my mic is doing that.
That's really weird.
Sorry.
Oh no, May, I'm sorry your cat's not doing well today. Oh.
Oh, May. Good thoughts and good vibes for your kitty.
Just trying to think if there's anything else I'd like to cover. If anyone has any other thoughts, please do let me know. Not someone coming in my chat saying I look like old Adele. What does that mean?
What is that?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I'm reading...
That's a strange comment to leave.
I mean, I don't think I look like any Adele, but okay. I'm reading XOXO ITM and she's gone to Seoul for school, but also to your grandma, so it's giving me slightly summer vibes. I love XOXO. That's a really good one.
That sounds really good too. I love books in Seoul.
I think I've read nearly every K-pop book imaginable.
Oh yeah, there was one that came out like a while ago. I remember, and I really wanted to read it. I don't think I ended up reading it though.
Which one?
I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was definitely like a K-pop book.
Shine?
I don't think so.
What else is there? K-pop Confidential. There's a Marine Goo one. I can't remember.
I think it's the Marine Goon.
Somewhere Only We Know.
Yes.
I like that one. That was good. Hi Freezy, welcome in.
Hi Freezy.
I hand fed him some kibble and also gave him some wet food that I poured into some water. Oh gosh, that's a lot, May. That's a long thing. We'll never know, because I don't support people being mean to you. I know. Adele?
That's just a weird comment to make.
Adele is also older than you. This is true. And old, do they mean like... Do they mean like Adele from 10 years ago or old Adele?
I have so many questions. Can you please so they can clarify?
I personally look like a farmer in the demo. What does that mean?
Oh my gosh.
I was reading the description of XOXO and it really sounds like something from Wattpad. Kind of, but it's also really good. I really enjoyed it.
Honestly, sometimes the Wattpad-esque stories kind of hit.
Oh, May. He doesn't like the kibble from Royal Canin. I would recommend Iams or Purina stuff. Like, apparently stuff that has grain in it is actually better for cats than stuff that doesn't have grain, even though people are trying to tell you you shouldn't give them grain.
Yeah, I give my cat Iams after she got sick like a few years ago, and ever since we've given her Iams, she has not gotten sick.
Mm-hmm.
So Iams is supposed to be pretty good.
Tokyo Ever After is cheap on Kindle. I bought it. You've made the right decision, Nikki. It's really good.
Nikki did not hesitate.
Buying ban going superbly. Like, don't talk to me about my buying ban.
I'm a buying ban. I know. I need to stop going to Barnes & Noble because it's kind of risky for me. I literally went there to go and get Ace of Spades, and I was like, what if I just get Icebreaker and the Kindred? What if I just get them both right now too?
Just get them both, yeah. Yeah. I feel that.
Also, I don't know if my mic is gonna go out again, so I don't know if maybe we should leave it here.
Yeah, we can wrap it up here, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. I shall be continuing my stream. I'm going to be playing Horizon after this. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Our next live is going to be on Katie's channel. We're going to be reading Ace of Spades. Mm-hmm. And you can join the Discord if you're not already in there. We're really excited.
Yes, I'm very excited for the next one. And thank you everyone for tuning in and discussing with us. I really enjoyed this book.
Mm-hmm. And thank you for joining me, Katie.
Yes, of course. All right, I'll be in chat.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Oh, thank you, everybody. Let's go buy Ace of Spades. Yes, let's go. I'm really excited to read it. I've been wanting to read it for ages. Let me just let my cat out. I think that's why she's been meowing. But yeah, if anyone has any books that they'd like to read in the book club, please do let us know. We're open to anything, really. I'd like to read a fantasy at some point in the future. But obviously, we want it something that's, like, easy for people to read in a month. Because not everyone has, like, time for reading big fantasy books. So it'll probably be, like, something that's, like, not too big, you know. But I'd like to read a fantasy. Because I'm a big fantasy fan. Can I submit my entire TBR? Honestly, I feel that. But yeah, I'm going to jump into some Horizon. Let me just, like, ping everyone telling them I'm changing to games so they can come out of hiding, I guess. It's so good, though. I love reading, but I struggled with it a bit ago, and it's been lovely to have some motivation people to share it with. Of course, Daisy! That's like, why we wanted to start it as well, because, like, so many of our Twitch friends were talking about, like, how they wanted to get back into reading this year, and we were just like, you know what? Let's start book club. And we can all read together, and we can be each other's motivation, and I've forgotten what's the other word? Accountability. So, yeah. But, like, if there's ever a month where you're not interested in the book so much, that's totally chill, you know. It's always, like, popping in and out. You can read whatever you want to read along with us. But, yeah. If anyone's not in the Discord, please feel free to join and vote for our next book, because we're currently 5-5. I'd like to have someone making a decision for me, because I don't want to make that decision.